Why have I got so much of the table on this one? Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm Spokane Steve. We got a ball game today, 1966 full season replay. Game 667 on the schedule is June the 24th, and we are at Wrigley. Mets at Cubs, the opener of a 4-game series. Right-hander Bob Friend on the mound for New York, and the lefty Ken Holtzman gets the start for Chicago. And how is everybody doing? My anxiety is off the charts today, and I don't even know why. I was going to say I've been being bummed out by being back in Spokane after spending so much time in sunny California, but I can't even blame it on that. Hell, it's 45 and sunny here right now. I just went over to the store to get a couple of chicken strips and some potato salad for lunch. I already ate one of the chicken strips because I was hungry. I'm not happy with any of these new glasses. They're all blurry. And I called Costco Optical. I'm going to go back in there. And they have to double check the prescription before they can set me up with another appointment with the eye doctor. I really am trying to push for the cataract surgery. I know that's what it is. The prescription is fine for the tests they give you. But I am just freaking sick and tired of everything being blurry. Oh, they're not bad enough yet. Oh, you're not old enough yet. Well, I'm 69. Exactly how old do you have to be? I made another third of a pot, about 3.5 cups. I'll tell you one thing I am enjoying is this stronger coffee. Oh, what a trip it was to discover that. And part of it I knew, like I told Ben, on a vacation with my little 5-cup, I always put in 5 scoops for 5 cups. And of course I'm drinking Starbucks or whatever other coffee you're drinking when you're on the road. I always notice that it's stronger. I guess I just figured for at-home use, what I was mixing was fine or good enough. But it wasn't, was it? This game is a weird one because we're looking at the 2 bottom feeders in the National League. The Mets 26 and 37, 3 games ahead of the Cubs at 24 and 31. So in a 4-game set, the Cubs would have to sweep the Mets to move past them. And normally when I'm playing a team that's really underachieving or a bad team, I'll push the envelope a little bit with their bullpen usage, try to get the good relievers in there, try to get them a win because they need a win. When you're playing 2 teams like that, what do? I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens. They used most of their better relievers in real life in this game. It was a 4-2 game. Hamilton for the Mets pitched, Jenkins and Hendley pitched for Chicago. Our starters today, Bob Friend making only his 2nd start of the season. He lost his first one, 4.76 ERA. Holtzman, pretty much been the ace of the staff. 4-5, 3.83, 11 starts, 3 complete games, 80 innings of work, 77 hits allowed, 31 walks, and 71 strikeouts. 71 strikeouts, of course, leads the team. The 80 innings does not. It's second to Ellsworth. And Holtzman's only given up 4 home runs. So based on the starting pitching matchup, you kind of have to favor the Cubs. But then we look at the lineups. The Cubs have decided to start Thomas in center field, where he's a 5'6". Come on, DeRocher, what were you thinking? Lee Thomas is not a center fielder. Hey, Franklin, how you doing? Here's the lineup for the Mets. Ron Hunt leads it off at second base. Eddie Brasseau is the shortstop. Ken Boyer, the third baseman, hits third. Cleon Jones in right field is the cleanup man. Hawk Taylor getting another start at first base. Ron Swoboda is in left. Billy Murphy in center against the left-hander. Jerry Grody will do the catching and hit 8th, and friend pitcher bats 9th. Hey, Joel, how's it going? And there's Dave Little, hello. As we wind up the national anthem, let's take a look at the umpires for today's contest. Frank Sikori behind the plate. Ken Burkhardt at second, Ken Burkhardt at first, Chris Pellicudis at second, Bob Engel down at third base. And hey, Tribe fan, haven't seen you in a while. Well, what I had heard, Tribe, was that one reason they went out and traded for Thomas was DeRocher wanted to have a left-handed complement to Banks at first base. As far as center field options goes, it could be that Adolfo Phillips was hurt. But you still had Byron Brown. You had Ty Klein, who's their best defensive outfielder. Maybe they didn't have Klein. He only had 88 at-bats that year. In the previous game, I think they started... Yeah, something's going on there. Just recently in one of their games, Jimmy Stewart was in center field. Anyway, I just like to question these things for fun, basically. I mean, we're using the as-played lineup, so it is what it is. Obviously, late with a lead, we get him out of there, and same goes with the Mets. If they have a lead late, you get Hawk Taylor off of first base. That's all you can do. Friend with a scary fielding rating as a pitcher. Fortunately for him, that doesn't come up that often. Now that I've said that, watch. Okay, let's play ball. Holtzman's ready to go. Ron Hunt will start it off. Hunt at 264, no home runs, 10 RBIs. The windup and the pitch. Here we go. 3-5 left-handed and just outside ball 4. Hunt takes the leadoff walk, and we are underway. Hunt, a star 15 stealer, so let's take a glance at the battery now. Holtzman with an excellent hold, -3. Hundley is 0, so Hunt will be not held at 12. That'll bring up the shortstop, Eddie Brasseau. Brasseau hitting .221 on the season, 3 home runs, 9 RBIs. In fact, of his 25 hits, 10 of them are for extra bases. Holtzman out of the stretch now. 1-8 lefty, and that's ripped into left center, double to 8, and look at that. It's a 2-star single, Hunt all the way to third. And the Mets jump out of the gate with runners at the corners and nobody out. Brasseau not a threat to run. Here comes the heart of the order, Ken Boyer, who's been the most productive hitter on the team. .244 average, but leads the club in home runs with 9 and runs batted in with 38. Let's see how the Cubs are going to play this in the early going. I'm trying to read this card, believe it or not. Well, quite a few ground ball A's. They're going to play it back early in the game, try to get the double play. They'll give up a run for 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Boyer. 4-6 right-handed. Pops him up left side. Kessinger will take it, and the runners will hold. A big out for Holtzman there as he gets Boyer to pop out. And now here's Cleon Jones. Jones, the leading hitter on the team at 296. 6 home runs, 21 RBIs. Infield will remain back. And Holtzman out of the stretch comes in with a breaking ball, 2-8 lefty. Ground ball to Holtzman. He whirls and fires to Beckert for 1, on to Banks, not in time, and the run will cross the plate. The Hunt scores, give Cleon an RBI, and the Mets lead it 1-0. That'll bring up first baseman Hawk Taylor. Taylor has not played much. He's just 8 for 35, a 229 average, no home runs. Holtzman with a 2-6 lefty, swung on and missed, strike 3. Down goes Taylor. Taylor, in now 36 at-bats, has struck out 8 times. The Mets score a run, leave a man, and after half an inning, it's New York 1, Chicago coming to bat against Bob Friend. I believe Bob Friend pitched earlier in this replay for an American League team. I'm going to look that up right now. I think it was the Yankees, actually. Yep, it was. That's why his stats aren't merged. With the Yankees, he was 2-4, 7.02. He made 8 starts and was basically rocked. So Friend actually with 2 cards, I guess, in this set. This card, the better of the 2. And here's the lineup for the Cubs. You can see at the top of the page, nobody's hot, but we got 2 cold players, and it's the Cubs middle infield. In the last 10 days, Beckert just 8 for 40 with 1 RBI. Don Kessinger, even worse, just 4 for 36 without an RBI. So Beckert at second leads it off. Lee Thomas, as previously mentioned, is in center field. Billy Williams in right. Ron Santo hits fourth at third base. John Boccabella will be in left field once again with Ernie Banks at first. Randy Hundley behind the plate. Don Kessinger is the shortstop and Holtzman the pitcher. So, yeah, I'm trying to get psyched up for this game. And I remind myself that some of our better games have come between 2 teams with poor records. So you never know what you're going to get until you roll the dice. Hello, David Cadwallader. Hey, I watched the opening day video on YouTube earlier today. How fun was that? I'll tell you what really warmed my heart was that school teacher who brought his class. And they have like a strat club at school. And he taught them all to play. And they have their draft. And they asked the teacher, did the kids understand the probabilities? He said, and to paraphrase, these kids are pretty mathy. Sometimes they'll pick some guy in the draft and I'll say, who? And it'll be one of those little cards, like a guy who had 100 at-bats or something, and I'll look at it and go, okay, I see why you picked him. Beckert in a slump, but overall 288 on the year. No home runs, 17 RBIs. Friend gets the sign from Grody. Here it comes, 6-7 righty. Rolls it over to short where it's fielded by Eddie Brassu. Throws over to Taylor, 1 down. That'll bring up Lee Thomas. Thomas, 16 for 50 since joining the Cubs. That's a .320 average. 1 home run, 6 RBIs. Maybe that's why he's playing Tribe Fan. Guy's batting .320 for you. You got to get his bat in there somewhere. Friend with a fastball. It's a 3-5 righty. Little comebacker. Friend has it. Throws him out and quickly 2 away. That'll bring up Hall of Famer Billy Williams. Williams on the season, .277, 15 home runs, which is among the league leaders, and 40 RBIs. Friend's pitch to the left-hander is a 1-8 righty. Grounds it to short. Brissou comes in on it, gloves it, throws on the run. And Friend with a 1-2-3 first. So he played an inning. It's 1-0 Mets. Today was SOB Day for me, as I like to call it, otherwise known as Payday, or in my case, Social Security Payday. That's right, the 4th Wednesday of each month. And SOB Day, of course, that means that's when you sit down and you pay this SOB and pay that SOB. The good news is I should have my trip paid off by the end of April. At my current pace, of course. Now, the plans of mice and men and whatnot, things can come up. But at the current pace, I'll be there, and I can think about maybe a spring drive with Mookie or something. That's always fun. And I prefer trips in my own car, honestly, as opposed to flying. Second inning, Ron Swoboda will start it off for New York. Here comes Coda. There's Draco. That's the corgi. We got to take a look at this real quick. Coda. Oh, I just missed him. There's Draco over there. I wonder if we can get Coda to come back. Coda is just a gorgeous cat, long hair. Sorry about this. The opportunity presented itself. Mookie, of course, completely oblivious to all of it. There goes Draco. Kitty, 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 kitty. There's Coda. And there's the little girl, Vivian. Hello, Jenny. I'm getting pictures of your animals. There's Draco. Oh, he's coming right up there. Hello, Draco. Hello there. Yeah, that's a good. That's Mookie.
Draco, enough barking. Come on.
And that's Vivian. Yeah. Mookie's looking on in dismay.
Come here, Draco, be quiet. Go back home, dude. Come on, kiddo. Say bye.
Bye-bye. I'm gonna... Do you want to go play, Mookie?
Come on, this is our home.
You want to go play, Mook? There was a brief glimpse of the other cat. That would be Aries. So the gang's all out today. Of course, now Mookie sees the dog, and he can't take his eyes off. Anyway, how's everybody doing? Let me refresh my screen here. There's some chat. Yeah, I couldn't tell if I was frozen or what. Anyway, let's return to the ball game. Second inning only. 1-0 Mets. Ron Swoboda leading it off. Swoboda at 188 on the year. 3 homers, 17 RBIs. Holtzman gets his sign. It's a 6'4" righty. High pop fly, shallow left. Bacabella settling under it. And there's one down. Hello there. Oh, I thought Al came in. My eyes were playing tricks on me. Tribe fan will be better in 30 when work's over. Or as Ray Davies said, when work is over, we like to hit the bar. Billy Murphy is the batter. 229 average, 3 home runs, 6 RBIs. Just 48 at-bats for Murphy so far. Plays primarily against lefties. Holtzman's pitch is a 5'6" right-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Second strikeout for Holtzman. And here's the catcher and favorite of my youth. One of my favorites anyway, Jerry Grody. Grody was, in my opinion, one of the best defensive catchers I ever saw. 241, no homers, 12 RBIs. Holtzman with a 6'7" righty. That's going to be a grounder down to third. Single to 9 and fielded by Sano. He throws across in time. Nice play by Sano. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Holtzman. So we go to the bottom of the second, still 1-0. And here's everybody's friend, Bob. And as often happens, I like when the announcers say, how often does it happen a guy makes a fine play to end the inning and then leads off the next inning? Well, 1 out of 9, basically. Santo, among the league leaders in hitting at 342, 14 home runs and a team leading 48 runs batted in. Friend gets the sign from Grody. It's a 2-6 righty, high fly ball to deep left, going back to Swoboda at the track, at the wall, leaps up and makes the catch. Oh my. Sano almost got that one out of here. We'll take another look at it. 2-6 homer to 15. Just missed it on the 16. And with one down, here's John Bacabella. Bacabella hitting just 170. The pitch from Friend. 6'11" righty. He goes the other way with it and drops that one into right field in front of Jones. Rounding and holding it first with the 1-out single is John Bacabella. Bacabella, not much speed on the bases. And speaking of not much speed, up to the plate steps Ernie Banks. Mr. Cub hitting 274 on the year, 6 home runs, 29 RBIs. Friend, a glance at the runner. Now from the stretch, it's a 5'10" right-handed. Grounder into the hole at short. Tough play for Brassu. Shortstop X. Brassu a 432. Hold your breath on this one. That's going to be a 15. He makes the play. He had to charge it. His only play was to first, but make the play he does. A nice play by Eddie Brassu. And Bacabella takes second on the play. So 2 out runner in scoring position for the catcher, Randy Hundley. Hundley hitting .255, 10 home runs, 36 RBIs. Friend, a glance at second. 6'8", right-handed. Fly ball to straightaway center, fairly deep. Murphy backing up, and he pulls it in to retire the side. So no runs to hit, 1 left for Chicago. We've played 2. It's 1-0 Mets. And here's Holtzman. Bob Friend will lead it off. He's a right-handed hitter. Pitches a 2-7, swung on and missed, strike 3. Not surprisingly, number 3 of the game for Holtzman. And we move back to the top of the order. Ron Hunt steps in. Hunt walked and scored in the first. Holtzman with a 6'3" righty. That is a base hit into left field. Hunt a weak 6'3" clean home run. Hunt settles for the long single. And a break perhaps for Holtzman and the Cubs. Not held at 12 is Hunt. That's the only real thing marring the Holtzman card this year is the long ball against the right-handers. Working from the stretch now, Holtzman comes into Brassu with a 3-12 lefty. He grounds it back to the pitcher sharply. Holtzman gloves it, turns, fires it down to Beckert for 1, on to first, double play. So 1-4-3 double play ends the inning. And the score remains the same as we move to the bottom of the third. Hey, Ernest, welcome in. Good to see you. I can smell those chicken strips. From Rosars, which means I'm sure nothing to most of you. I didn't even know what the hell that was when I lived in California. That was the store closest to where my mom lived the first time I visited up here in the summer of 1980. I said, wow, so this is your supermarket, huh? I like it though. They're a little bit higher on their prices, but they're a small local chain and the aisles are wide. The shopping experience is pleasant. You don't have any of those carts with people picking orders for deliveries and pickup. They don't do any of that crap. So being old and grumpy, I like that. All right, here's the ice-cold Kessinger. On the season, Kessinger hitting .231, but he's 4 for his last 36, hitting left-handed against Friend. The pitch on a 2-7 righty, grounds it to second. Hunt gobbles it up, throws him out, and Kessinger's struggles continue. Here's Holtzman now. Holtzman, a right-handed batter. On a 1-7, swung on and missed, strike 3. First strikeout of the game for Bob Friend. 2 down for Glenn Beckert. Friend gets the sign now. The pitch is a 5-3 right-handed. Fly ball to left X. That is tailing away from Swoboda. It's going to be a tough play. He's a pretty good outfielder. 3E4 on an 8. Error range a 7 on a 4. He should have that, and he does. A nice running catch by Ron Swoboda to end the inning. So 1, 2, 3 go the Cubs in the third. And through 3 innings, we've got ourselves a pitcher's duel. And you know I love that. That's one reason I picked a 60s season. My draft, who did I pick since I was on last? Tyler Kinley and Ben Kasparius. I'm just chasing innings now. I need a lot of them. I need about another 680 innings out of this draft. And you got to do it like 60 to 80 innings at a time these days. Oh, for the days when you could just draft a lousy 4-starter with 200 innings near the end of the draft, and at least you'd have your innings covered. But as we know, those days are gone. I want to show you guys something else later. I'll do that, in a couple innings. Heart of the order for the Mets in the fourth. They lead it 1-0. Ken Boyer will lead it off. Ken Holtzman into the windup now. The pitch is a 5-9 right-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Strikeout number 4 for Holtzman. And up steps Cleon Jones. The pitch to Holtzman is going to be a 4-9 righty. It's a grounder into the hole at short. Tough play for Kessinger, 2E40. On a 1, he can't get to it. It's into left field for a base hit. And it would have taken a 1 shortstop to make that play. So a clean single for Jones, not held at 12. And the batter is Hawk Taylor. Holtzman out of the stretch. Pitch to Taylor on a 2-5. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. So Taylor fans for the second time. That's the 5th strikeout for Ken Holtzman. And it will be up to Ron Swoboda. Holtzman gets the sign from Randy Hundley now. Here's the pitch. 6-4 right-handed. Pops it up into shallow left. Bacabella coming on, still coming, and just does catch up to it to end the inning. No runs, a hit, 1 left for the Mets. I'll ask that question on the stretch, I think, when I have to pull the camera out again anyway. Actually, we already had our stretch today, didn't we? It was between the first and the second. All righty, bottom of 4. Lee Thomas to start it off. Bob Friend gets the sign. Here's the windup and the pitch to Thomas. A 4-11 struck him out. Second K for Friend, and here's Billy Williams. Friend gets the sign. The pitch to Williams on a 2-4 righty. Grounder to second base. Ron Hunt has it. Sidearm flip to Taylor, 2 down. With 2 away, Ron Santo steps to the plate. Santo just missed a home run in the second. Friend into the windup. 5-6 right-handed. He pops him up left side. Eddie Brassu will take it. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Bob Friend, who's now retired 8 in a row. Through 4, it's a pitcher's game, 1-0 Mets. Mets in the 5th will have the bottom third of the order. Billy Murphy will start it off. Murphy struck out his first time up. Holtzman gets the sign. Here's the pitch. It's a 5-5 righty. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. And Holtzman racking up some strikeouts now. It's number 6. And here's Grody. Holtzman with the pitch. 3-10 lefty. High fly ball to left center. That's going to find the gap, and Grody with a 1-out double. That'll bring up the pitcher, Bob Friend. Holtzman, a glance at second. Comes in with a fastball, 4-8. He lifts it the other way to right field. Williams makes the catch. Back to second goes Grody. It'll be up to Ron Hunt with a runner in scoring position and 2 away. Hunt with a walk and a single so far. Holtzman into the windup. 2-7 left-handed. Comebacker. Holtzman knocks it down, picks it up, and throws it to Banks to retire the side. So the Mets leave a runner in scoring position halfway through quickly, and it's 1-0 New York. I just realized we don't have a beer batter today. I also did not get one of those baseball buffets today. So I don't have a trivia question for you. But maybe one of you guys has a trivia question you'd like to share. If so, go ahead and post it in the chat. John Bacabella will lead off the bottom of the 5th for Chicago. Bacabella's single in the 2nd, the only Chicago hit of the day against Friend. Friend getting the side now. Here's the windup. The pitch is a 1-7 righty. He struck him out. 3rd strikeout for Friend. Friend rated only 5 for starter endurance, by the way, so this is his first endurance inning. First inning of potential fatigue, although he's certainly shown no signs of fatiguing to this point. He's twirling a gem here today. And the batter will be Ernie Banks. Mr. Cub stands in 0 for 1. Friend into the windup. It's a 4-10 right-handed. Catcher's card, that's Grody. He should handle that with a 2 E8. Here's the play on a 13. Pop out to the catcher, 2 down. Randy Hundley stands in 0 for 1. Friend with the pitch. 3-8 righty. Grounds it the other way to second. Hunt to his left, scoops it up, flips it to Taylor. And Bob Friend is on a roll. Friend has retired 11 consecutive hitters now after 5 complete. It's 1-0 New York. Mets coming to bat in the 6th. I'm going to grab a cup first. Let's start with a half a cup. At this stage of the day, I find with a half a cup, it doesn't get cold. Eddie Brasseau 1 for 2, 6th inning, in a 1-run pitcher's duel. Holtzman into the windup. 5-4 right-handed, that's catcher's card. That's going to be Hundley. Hundley at 2E6. Here's the roll on that play. It's an E-range. 7 on an E6. A little grounder in front of the plate. Henley out from behind the dish. Grabs it, throws to first in time. A nice play by Hundley. 1 away for Ken Boyer. On deck, Cleon Jones. That's a 6-3 right-handed. High fly ball to deep left field. Going back is Bacabella. It's gone. No doubt about it. Ken Boyer can touch them all. 6-3. That was the number Hunt rolled in the 3rd inning. And for Boyer, that's his 10th home run of the season. It makes the score 2-0 Mets. So the long ball comes back to bite Ken Holtzman once again. And here's Cleon Jones. Holtzman getting the sign. Pitch to Cleon on a 2-5 lefty. Ground ball up the middle and through into center field for a single. So Jones 2 for 3. Holtzman rated 7 for starter endurance, so no issues there. Back-to-back hits here in the 6th. And Hawk Taylor, the batter. Taylor has struck out both times today against Holtzman. Holtzman now working from the stretch. Breaking ball, 5-9, swung on and missed, strike 3. And it's the hat trick for Hawk Taylor. Two away, Ron Swoboda, the hitter. Excuse me. Pitch from Holtzman, 6-7. That's going to be a grounder to third, single to 9. That is going to be an infield single for Swoboda. Knocked down by Sano, no play. And Jones will stop at second. First and second, 2 away. Billy Murphy is the hitter. Holtzman, a glance at the runners. Now the windup on the pitch. 6-11 righty. Swung on and missed, strike 3, and it's the hat trick for Billy Murphy. So that's now 1, 2, 4, 5, 7 strikeouts for Holtzman, but it's the Mets who add on another run on the Boyer homer. They strand a pair, and they take a 2-0 lead to the bottom of the 6th. Friend in his 2nd endurance inning already, pitching a 1-hitter. Don Kessinger will lead things off as the Cubs try to get off the deck here against Bob Friend. Here comes the windup on the pitch to Kessinger. 2-7 righty. He rolls it to second. Hunt to Taylor. And Kessinger's struggles continue. That brings up Holtzman now in the 6th. He's going to bat. 3-6, grounder to short. Brasseau charging it. Throws to Taylor. 2 quick outs for Friend. And the batter will be Beckert. And looking quickly now with a 4-10 righty. That's catcher's card. Grody. 2-8 on a 20. It's a foul out to Grody. And another 1-2-3 inning for Bob Friend. 14 in a row now retired by Friend. We've played 6 innings. It's 2-0 Mets. Wondering if any of you guys have any particular rooting interest in this one. I can't say that I do. Of course, I try not to. Right now, though, I gotta say, I'm kind of pulling for Friend. When you've got an S5 rated starter pitching this kind of a game, you kind of want to see how long you can keep it going. Holtzman was allowed to hit in the bottom of the 6th. We'll see if that pays off for the Cubs. He'll be facing Grody to start things off in the 7th. Mookie, of course, in the catbird seat. Here's the pitch now to Grody on a 5-11 righty. Grounder first base edge. Tough chance for Banks. Banks a 3-13. Here's the play on a 14. Error range. It's a 9 on a 13, and that's off of Banks' glove for an error, and Grody will reach. So the first error of the game. Friend and A. Bunter, among other things, and the Cubs will pull the infield in. Friend squares to bunt. He's a B. 8B, that's good enough. Sacrifice bunt by Friend. And Grody moves to second with 1 down. That'll bring up Hunt. First endurance inning for Holtzman, by the way, as he comes set to pitch to Hunt. 2-9 left-handed. Fly ball to left, routine for Bacabella, who settles under it and makes the catch. With 2 down, Eddie Brasseau will be the hitter. Grody, a modest lead at second. Holtzman, a glance at second. The pitch for the plate. 2-9 left-handed, struck him out. That's 9 strikeouts now for Holtzman in 7 innings. That's noteworthy. So I'm going to make a note of it. Right now, though, the story has to be Bob Friend. Allowed only a 2nd inning single to Bacabella. Oh, it's the stretch. Kind of a quiet chat today. I'm not used to this. Yeah, some days are just like that. Take a quick glance at Mookie. He was actually more fun in the first inning. Hey, Mookie. Mookie. not getting his attention, are we? That's because all of his friends left. Now he's bummed out. I don't know if he's bummed out. Mook, where'd your buddies go? Is it nap time? Oh, I know. Well, if they come around again, I'll let you go out there. I don't know if you saw the video I posted with Coda coming inside my apartment. I opened the door for Mookie. Usually he would seize that opportunity and go outside. But with the other animals outside, he was playing it pretty cautious. I do have some big news. How did I buried the lead? My best friend had his 4th grandchild born today. It was a boy, name yet unknown. Bottom of the 7th, Lee Thomas will start it off for Chicago. Friend into the windup. 4-10 left-handed, that's catcher's card. A lot of catcher X today. Grody a 2E6. On a 10, error range. It's a 7 on a 6, little grounder in front of the plate. Grody hops on that one like a cat and fires to first for the out. Nice play by Jerry Grody. Getting into the heart of the order now, here's Billy Williams. Friend with the pitch on a 1-5, grounder down to first. Taylor has it. He'll take it himself. 2 down quickly in the 7th, and here's Ron Santo. Friend with the pitch on a 3-8, struck him out. It's a tweener. But holy wow. 1, 2, 3 go the Cubs. 17 in a row. Retired by Bob Friend as we go to the 8th inning. Possibly the last inning for Holtzman, although maybe not. The way I was thinking his spot could come up in the lineup, but the way Friend's pitching, probably not. Oh, goodness. What is wrong with me? Okay. Maybe I didn't pick the best day for this, but I'm assuming most of you guys play Strat-O-Matic. I won a game on this, and I Strat-O-Matic support, but here's how we won the game. Bottom of the 11th. And this is in the Barnstormers Finals tournament, mind you. My team batting. Artie Wilson leads off with a triple. Pitching change, Dallas Green comes in. Bill Doran pops out, runner still at third. And then we win the game on a fielder's choice to second base. Now a 5-7, Phelps is a left-handed hitter. A 5-7 on Green's card is a ground ball to second base A. So how the hell did we score? You'd have to assume third and 1 out, the infield would be in. And this is all super advanced max rules, so there could be something there that I can't see. And then they asked for more information. And here's the best they could come up with. So I think what happened is the Hal did an infield check with the initial pitcher who was fatigued. And then as a result, the infield was not in. When the pitcher change occurred, it seemed the infield check did not occur again. What? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not buying that as an explanation. And why would it be a fielder's choice? Is there some unseen thing in super advanced where there was a play at the plate on a ground ball A to second and the runner was safe? I mean, I'm not complaining. I won the game. But it makes no sense to me. So if anyone here, not just the live viewers, but anyone may be watching this game on replay, if anyone can shed any light at all on that, I would certainly appreciate it. I think my feed's broken. I haven't seen any chat in a while. Somebody just say hello to let me know you're out there. Heart of the order for the Mets in the 8th. Boyer, who homered his last at bat, will lead it off. Holtzman into the windup. 6'8" righty. He loses in ball 4. Leadoff walk to Boyer. And that's going to get him stirring in the Chicago pen. And none other than Fergie Jenkins throwing down there. The batter will be Cleon Jones. Holtzman working out of the stretch now, checks the runner, comes to the plate, 3-6 lefty. That's ripped into the left center gap, double to 7. And that's going to be a double for Cleon. Stopping at third is Boyer. And the Mets now threatening to blow it open here in the 8th with second and third and nobody out. Hawk Taylor, the hitter. One more hitter walk will fatigue Holtzman. The Cubs bring the infield in for Taylor. Taylor has struck out all 3 times today against Holtzman. Jenkins getting ready in a hurry now. Holtzman with the windup on the pitch. 1-7. Grounder to short A. Infield in saves a run as Kessinger makes the play and throws him out. Then with Swoboda up, here comes DeRocher. He's going to make the move right now. He's not going to wait around for Holtzman to fatigue. Holtzman winds up going 7 1/3. Fergie Jenkins jogging in out of the pen. So 7 1/3 for Holtzman. 8 hits, 2 runs so far. 2 walks, and 9 strikeouts. Jenkins on to face Swoboda. Second and third, 1 away. The infield will remain in for Swoboda. Jenkins ready to go to work now. Here's the windup and the pitch. It's a 5-7 righty. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. So Jenkins comes in, gets a big strikeout. And we're going to take a quick look at the Mets bench. Most likely they would rather keep Murphy's glove in center at this point with a 2-0 lead. So Jenkins gets the sign. Murphy struck out all 3 times today. That, however, was against Ken Holtzman. Jenkins comes in with a 110 righty. Flies it to left. Bacabella under it. And he makes the catch to retire the side. So Jenkins comes on and puts out the fire. The Mets, with second and third, nobody out, failed to score any insurance. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. Let's check the defense now for the Mets. Hawk Taylor is definitely coming out. And Brissou will also be replaced. In the 5 spot, Ed Kranepool will come in and take over at first base. And in the 2 spot, Roy McMillan will come on and finish up at shortstop. So the Mets putting their best defense behind Bob Friend, who carries a 1-hit shutout into the 8th inning. Bacabella has that 1 hit. He's 1 for 2. Friend gets the sign from Grody. Here's the pitch on a 2-7. He flies it to straightaway center. Murphy backing up, hauls it in for out number 1. That'll bring up Banks. Friend with the pitch, 1-8 righty. He hard smashed to third, fielded by Boyer. Long throw across, in time. 2 down for Hundley. Friend getting the sign. Here's the windup. The pitch to Hundley on a 4-10 right-handed. It's catcher's card yet again. A lot of catcher X in this game. 2E6 for Grody. No, 2E8 for Grody. Excuse me. Either way, it's a foul out to the catcher. And yet another 1-2-3 inning for Friend. 20 in a row retired by Bob Friend, a 5 endurance rated starter. And we go to the 9th with the Mets leading it 2-0. I want to take this opportunity to thank everybody for watching. And what a game by Bob Friend. Grody, Friend, and Hunt due for the Mets in the 9th. Jenkins in his 2nd inning of work gets the sign. The pitch to Grody is a 4-8 righty. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. 2nd strikeout for Jenkins. And the batter is Friend. The pitch is a 5-12 righty. Grounder first base X. That's Banks, 3-13. The play on a 17. He's got it. Underhands to Jenkins covering. 2 away. And with 2 down, the batter is Ron Hunt. Hunt 1 for 3 with a walk. Jenkins gets the sign now. The pitch on a 5-3 righty. Grounded to the pitcher X. Jenkins a 224. Here's the roll on that play. On a 9, the error range. It's a 6 on a 24, and he boots it. That'll be an error on Fergie Jenkins. Second Chicago error of the ball game. And now it's a different situation with the battery. +3, 18 for Hunt. He's held at 16. With that 8 and 10 automatic caught. What the hell? Let's gamble here. There's 2 out. They lead by 2. 2 through 6 or 12. He's out on an 8 or a 10. 6, he's got the lead. 1 to 16. Hunt. The throw from Hundley. He's stolen it. So a rare stolen base by Ron Hunt. Mets trying for an insurance run here. That's just the second stolen base of the season for Hunt. Next pitch to McMillan. In his first bat of the game, on a 3-10, he lifts it to center. Backing up is Thomas. Double to 12. That's going to be an RBI double for McMillan. And the Mets pick up a huge insurance run. Hunt in to score to make it 3-0. And that'll bring up Ken Boyer. Boyer with a home run today. 1 for 3 with a walk. Jenkins a glance at second. Comes to the plate, 6'3" righty. Fly ball left field X. Tough chance for Bacabella. He's a 4-6. There's the roll on the play on a 2. He's not going to get it. That's going to go to the wall. Rounding and scoring is McMillan. Boyer in standing with an RBI double to make it 4-0 Mets. If nothing else, that gives Bob Friend some breathing room in the bottom of the 9th as he attempts to go for the complete game. Cleon Jones is the batter. Both runs unearned, of course, caused by Jenkins' own error. Pitch to Cleon on a 2-5, base hit left field. Boyer can try to score on that. 12-14, Bacabella +1, 15. They're sending him. Here's the throw to the plate, and he's out at the plate. But 2 insurance runs for the Mets. After 8.5, Mets 4, Cubs nothing. Bob Friend takes the mound for the bottom of the 9th. Having retired the last 20 in a row, he's only given up 1 hit in this game, a single to Bacabella way back in the 2nd inning. And he'll be looking at Kessinger, a pinch hitter, and Glenn Beckert. And Kessinger and Beckert both listed at the top of the page under Who's Cold. And neither of them have done a thing today. Kessinger 0 for 2, Beckert 0 for 3. Friend, an S5 trying to go the distance. Which, of course, in super advanced, you probably wouldn't see. Left-handed hitting Kessinger. Friend with the windup and the pitch. It's a 4-6 lefty. That's going to be ripped into right center. Double to 16. That's a double for Kessinger. Just the second hit allowed by Friend, and that ends the streak at 20 consecutive retired. And now Jack Hamilton begins tossing in the Mets bullpen. And the Cubs will send up a pinch hitter for Fergie Jenkins. And that's going to be Byron Brown. So Friend, the shutout still intact. Runner at second, nobody out. Byron Brown, the hitter, on the season. Byron Brown hitting .232, 10 home runs, 34 RBIs. Friend, a glance at the runner. Now here's the windup and here's the pitch on a 5-7 righty. Second base X. Tough chance for Hunt. 328. Here's the play. On a 1, he can't get it. It's a 2-star single, and that ends the shutout. Oh, man. And now one more hitter walk will fatigue Friend. 4-1 the score now. Brown at first, not held at 18. He's not a star stealer. Jerry Grody making a mound visit. Friend has to be getting tired. Okay, they're set to go. Friend pitch to Beckert. 1-7, liner to third, single 16, he's got a base hit, and that tires Friend. Stopping at second is Byron Brown, and here comes, what's his name, Westrom. And the Mets are going to make a pitching change. Well, let's have a big hand for Bob Friend regardless. He ran out of gas in the ninth, but my goodness, what a game. Jack Hamilton will come in and try to finish it off. Lee Thomas is the batter. Save situation now for Hamilton. Hamilton has 2. First and second, nobody out. 4-1 is the score. Lee Thomas representing the tying run at the plate now as Hamilton gets the sign. The pitch on a 6-3, grounded to the pitcher X. 319 for Hamilton. Here's the play. On a 15, error range, a 6 on a 19. And it's an error by Hamilton, and the bases are loaded. Holy crap. Now there's some hope in Wrigley Field. Just under 4,000 when it started. The fans are remaining on their feet now as Billy Williams steps to the plate. Bases full of Cubs. Hamilton gets the sign, the windup, and the pitch to Billy. 5-4 lefty is catcher's card. Grody a 2E8. Here's the roll on a 15. It's a pass ball and a foul out, so another run will score on the pass ball. That allows Brown to score. Beckert goes to third. Thomas to second. And that's just the first out of the inning. So 4-2 now. The tying run's in scoring position. And the Cubs' best hitter at the plate. Would you put him on? Thinking about it. The book says you never put on the go-ahead run. It would set up the double play. And a much more favorable matchup for Hamilton with John Boccabella. And hello, Tongue-Tied, a new face in the chat, if I'm not mistaken. Welcome. I'll give you guys a minute to think about this. Would you walk Strat-O here or not? I'll tell you what, I'm leaning towards doing it. The game appears to really be unraveling here for the Mets. And from the Mets' perspective, I would rather not pitch to Strat-O. Strat-O, who leads the Cubs in basically every offensive category. And no comments from the chat. Is anybody alive out there today? I'm not used to this. And they're going to put him on. So 4 wide ones to Ron Strat-O. They'll play at double play depth for Boccabella with the bases loaded and 1 out. Boccabella 1 for 3 today. Hamilton gets the sign, the windup and the pitch on a 1-4. He pops him up left side. McMillan waving his arms. He'll take it. Huge out for Hamilton. And the last chance for the Cubs is Mr. Cub himself, Ernie Banks. Banks 0 for 3 today. Runners take their lead. Hamilton into the windup. 1-7 righty. Liner to short. Single to 5, and it's speared by a leaping McMillan, and that's the ball game. So the strategy works. Mets hang on to win it 4-2. Totals in a moment. It must have been this clash of the Titan that's just got everybody's tongue here. So Jack Hamilton picks up his 3rd save. Bob Friend picks up his 1st win as a Met. Ken Holtzman with the loss drops to 4 and 6. Jenkins in his 1 2/3. 3 hits, 2 runs. No walks, 2 strikeouts. Whoops, his runs were unearned, excuse me. Hamilton walked 1, it was intentional, no strikeouts. Friend ended up allowing 4 hits. Two runs, 1 earned. He walked only 1, and that was he walked nobody. That was Hamilton. Friend did not walk a batter, and he struck out 3-4. Player of the game, of course, is going to be Bob Friend. Mets win it with 4 runs, 11 hits, 1 error. Cubs 2 runs, only 4 hits, 2 errors. Wrong roll on Beckert. Hello, Bill. Bottom of the 9th. Okay, we have a possible review. We have a review here. Let's get Beckert up here. So we had a double and a single, an RBI single by the pinch hitter Byron Brown. I gave Beckert a single on the original result. That was a 2-7 fly ball to center. The runner at first would have stayed there. At that point, unfortunately, Dad blast it. At that point, I would not have taken Friend out. I'm so sorry, guys. So the runner on first, error first and second pass. So this run never scores. And the final is 4-1. And I realized we could go back and play it from that point and leave Friend in the game. I'm not going to do that. So 1 out, the error makes it first and second. Pass, ball, and foul out makes it second and third, 2 down. Intentional walk to Sano and Bacabella pops to short to end the game. That's also 1 less hit charged to Friend. Yeah. I understand, Al. But, I'm just not feeling it today. It's going to stand as it is. Still an incredible pitched game by Bob Friend. Nothing can take away from that. And the Mets win it 4-1. Tomorrow will be the Giants at the Reds, Bolin and Ellis, usual time. And I'm going to get out of here and get some lunch. Thanks again, everybody, for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Take care and have a great evening.